commute to downtown Houston. I'm Ed Cohen with the former Chicago Bulls guard, Jay Williams. And Jay, from the land of the space program, this one's ready for takeoff.
And Ed, you have to give a lot of credit to Daryl Morey. He's done a great job in reviving this franchise. There's no doubt about it. They're on their way up.
You have to love the analytics of basketball. No team in the NBA has been better than the Rockets. Let's get ready for this one. To Harden. Has a chance. The shot no good by Harden. Oklahoma City's got it. Russell Westbrook against Chris Paul. A shot rejected by Capella.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Not that time. George matched up with James Ennis. To Adams. Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
And the defender's got to take note. Otherwise, that shot's going up all game long.
Harden with the basketball. Down 2. To Paul. Oh, they call the foul.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
Tucker. Harden matched up with Ferguson.
I got your help.
To Capella. From the painted area, won't go down. To Paul George. For 3, and Paul George good on the quick release there. At his size on the wing, that's a tough matchup on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, let me tell you about why he's so great defensively. He gets up into you and forces you one way. Does not give you an option to dance with the basketball. That wingspan, that frame, that size, that strength, and that lateral quickness. Oh, there's no getting by Mr. George.
Defense making the ball carrier work. Shot by Ferguson off the mark. Harden into the front court. Down 5.
Watch cutter.
Nothing going here on that drive. Harden to P.J. Tucker. It's Harden. James Harden missed his first. That one goes. The way he gets to the line, you have to respect every part of his game.
He is an occupational hazard for referees. He's the MVP of drawing fouls. He constantly baits the defender, which makes the defender's hands drop, which allows James Harden to drop buckets on him.
Jay, last year, Rockets 65-17. Good for #1 record in the West. What's going to be good enough this year for the Rockets to get to the NBA Finals?
Well, you need CP3 to be healthy. If he's healthy, you can make an argument that the Rockets may have won the Western Conference Finals against the Golden State Warriors. But also, I think James Harden needs to continue to build on his play in the playoffs in particular. Everybody knows about how great he was during the regular season. But those last 6 games against the Golden State Warriors, he really struggled from the three-point line. He shot 37% during the regular season. He shot 20% in the Western Conference Finals.
The Thunder will use a timeout. They'll catch their breath in what's now a 5-point game. Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. Russell Westbrook here against Knight. To George. Short jumper off the mark. Rockets in control of the basketball. To Harden. Nothing going here on that drive. Harden. Now pass taken away by the Thunder. George sizing up Eric Gordon. To Adams. It's Westbrook. Shot won't go. Knight into the front court. 5-point game. Going to launch beyond the arc. Count the triple.
The eyes of the shooter say everything. His eyes pretty much said, are you sure you want to give me the ball here?
Westbrook across the timeline. Exactly a minute to go here in the opening quarter. Has a look. Knocks it down from mid-range.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Cashes in for two.
Okay, I saw a little bit of a handle there, but let's see if that confidence is still there down the stretch.
The shot blocked by Grant.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Thunder with the basketball. George. He made his first effort, but not that time.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Goes to the right side. To Harden.
Hey, come set me one.
Shot clock's at 5. Down to 4. Almost. Unlucky bounce. Ah, rocking the rim.
My ball.
Deep three at the buzzer. A three-pointer at the buzzer is good. They can check it all they want, but that clearly was fired in time. And one quarter in the books. This has the potential to be a good one.
I know you're wondering why I'm clapping. Both teams came out in the first quarter, and they executed. When do you ever see that, Ed? You have to continue to bring those competitive juices into the second quarter, and we're going to have one heck of a ball game.
Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
From the outside, no good.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
Rockets have the ball. To P.J. Tucker. Using the post to his advantage there, and the finish at the rim.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Carmelo Anthony traded, but Sam Presti turns that into Dennis Schroeder, now on a team built to win.
And I love this acquisition by the Thunder. When you think about Schroeder, he is actually almost the opposite of what Russell Westbrook is. He averaged 19 points, 6.5 assists last year for the Hawks, but he is not a ball-dominant guard. He will have the ball in his hands, but he's more apt to make plays quickly with the ball than Russell, who likes to hold on to the ball towards the end of the shot clock.
To Harden.
All right, set it up.
Rockets with 4 to shoot. Harden. He was all over him. To Paul George. Short jumper stays out. To P.J. Tucker. Trying to cash in. Deep 2 there. Won't go. Tucker. Goes to the left side. To P.J. Tucker. Harden. 24-second violation. Some lineup changes now for both clubs. To George. Beyond the arc for 3. It was contested, but Paul George still dials in for 3. He's endured a major injury. He's had a change of address. But you look at Paul George, he is in the prime years of his career.
And there's no doubt about it. This entire offseason, if I were Paul George, I would think about how do I constantly channel my self-assigned alter ego. Playoff P needs to step up to the court every single day and bring that energy.
And draws the foul.
Ed, as a defender, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot foul in the act of upward motion into your shot. Your timing needs to be better.
Chris Paul has got 2 shots coming. A career 86% from the line. First try, no good. Second one's good. Splits the pair. OKC ball. Westbrook. Knocks down the three-pointer. You can try and body him up, but he'll still run right through you.
It's the way he attacks that makes him so dangerous. He chips off a piece of your body one possession at a time. First it's your arm, then it's your leg, and then inevitably it's your soul.
Another chance to Adams. George. Rockets have it. Harden. It's good. Coach wants to see more from his D. The challenge defending a guy who can be a 1 or a 2.
We're not old men talking about this game. We don't define players by positions anymore. Is he a 1 or is he a 2? No, he's James Harden. He is a scorer and an elite passer.
Paul across the timeline. Down 3 to Capella. Gordon against Paul George. To P.J. Tucker. Harden. Capella down low. Kicks it around the perimeter to Harden. Shot from the lane won't go.
Make the next one. Make the next one.
To Paul George. Free throws coming up.
Aggressive play there, but you can't fault the defender for being up in the shooter. You need to contest shots, each and every one of them.
Steven Adams at the line for 2 shots. 56% for his career. And hits the first free throw. So he hits the first, misses the second. To Harden. There will be no shortage of shots for Carmelo Anthony in Mike D'Antoni's offense, Jay. Why is it a good fit for Melo in Houston?
Well, a couple of things. Number one, if there's one guy you need to trust, his name is Daryl Morey. And the Houston Rockets organization is a stat-driven culture. So he understands at this juncture where Carmelo Anthony is in his relationship to his career. Playing with 2 pass-first type PGs in James Harden and CP3, who averaged a combined 12.5, 13 assists last year, will open up the floor extensively for Carmelo to knock down those jump shots.
Paul into the front court. Now down 6. Harden in possession. Looking to make something happen. Has a chance. Harden with a shot. Won't go. And they call the foul. Careful there, Jay.
Ed, you can't lunge like that.
Knocks down the first.
Way to hit. Way to hit.
Goes 2 for 2 at the line.
I see you've been working on your game.
Harden with it up top. His guys can hold for the final shot. Oh, good defense there. Thunder with the steal. And the reward, a couple of shots at the line.
I say this a lot, and it's only because coaches harp on it all the time. Read the scouting report. Know who you can and should send to the line. This is a case of knowing a shooter probably had a better chance of hitting a jumper than he does of hitting the free throws.
Able to convert on both free throws. Time expires to end the first half. The Thunder with the lead. First half, very one-sided. What will the second half bring? We'll find out as we're underway. Nene. To Paul. And they call it.
He took a chance. That's the right call.
Paul. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Another chance. Rejected.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Westbrook with the basketball. His guys lead here, early stages, third quarter. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Russell Westbrook, picked up by Paul. Ferguson. And that'll get out of bounds. Last touch by the Thunder. Now pass taken away by the Thunder.
Here's your chance to break this thing wide open.
Ferguson to Adams. That's blocked by...
No! Get that out of here!
Message sent, Jay. Ferguson. It's Westbrook. Oh, Russell Westbrook. Now 4 for 9. The inner beast of Westbrook. Sheer determination.
I don't think anybody got the license plate or not hit and run. And there is no one, I repeat, no one in the game of basketball with the first step in the explosion of Russell Westbrook.
4-3. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
But it was how he created the shot. As a defender, there's a tendency to stand up when you stare at the ball. Offensive player recognized that, continuously moved without the ball. Bang, that's how he set it up.
Now a whistle, and we're going to get a timeout from OKC as their coach wants to get a word in with his guys here in this 3rd quarter. 48 wins a year ago for the Thunder. Jay, it took them a while to get to that point, but so many ways the Thunder had a great opportunity in the playoffs.
They did. It just seemed like something with their chemistry was a tad bit off with Carmelo Anthony. I think him not being there, him not being in Houston, them getting Andre Robertson back. He's a big-time lockdown defender on the perimeter. You surround him with youth and Hamidou Diallo, Terrence Ferguson, Alex Abrinas. This team has a chance to compete for a Western Conference Finals.
Looks like some substitutions are coming on in. Paul George to Westbrook. Has a look. Oh, Russell Westbrook. He's 5 for 10, shooting 50%.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Here's Paul, controlling the offense. To Chris. Probing the defense. Marquise Chris against Paul George. Right time, right player.
Can't teach height.
Westbrook into the front court. The lead stands at 9. Well, you can't do that.
Timing was just a tad bit off.
Shifting gears. Here come some substitutions. Russell Westbrook against Chris Paul. Not that time.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
George. Westbrook. From the painted area, won't go down. Around the perimeter. To Capella. Shot clock to 4 for Houston. Send it away.
Did you see how far he got up? He kept going up and up and up. I think he's still going up.
Robertson, guarded by Marquise Chris. Adams to Westbrook. Trying to cash in. Shot by Westbrook. Won't go. To Gerald Green. Here's a chance from long range. Contested, no problem. Gerald Green with the 3.
They're shooting the ball well, but let me tell you why. They're already ready to shoot before they even catch the ball. Look at their hands. Their hands are ready, providing a target. So when they catch that ball, they go right into their shot. We call that being shot ready.
Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The ref spit, and that's the game.
The free throw good as he completes the three-point play. And the lead is up to 9. Here's Paul. Brings it up the floor. To Chris. Surveys the floor. Oh, good defense there. Thunder with the steal. To George. Nice finish at the rim. We've seen Paul George's game evolve in recent years. Mixed results, Jay. How does he get back to being that elite two-way guy?
I think he needs to find a way to be aggressive. Let me bring you in and tell you what he dealt with this past year. When you're a guy who's used to having the ball in your hands, you can make more mistakes because you have more possessions. Then all of a sudden, when you play with a ball-dominant guard like Russell Westbrook, you don't have the ball as much, which means you try to make more out of less opportunity that you have. You force the action way more. Look for Paul George to be way more assertive in this game and find his rhythm by having the ball in his hands.
A bad pass as the Rockets come away with it. To Gerald Green. Marquise Chris picked up by Patrick Patterson. To Gerald Green. Turned away by George. Finish that.
Because he had no body control. You have to be able to control your body when you attack the rim at full speed. That's part of your concentration. People assume concentration just on the rim, but your body control is everything. Be able to speed yourself up or slow yourself down.
Paul. That misses with 3 seconds left. Third quarter comes to an end, and a nice cushion for the Thunder. The Thunder have it to start the fourth quarter. They have clearly been the better side so far. Jay, that's reflected on the scoreboard.
Well, the cardinal rule in the game of sport is whenever you go into the fourth quarter, it's 0-0. You have to play the game with the scoreboard saying 0-0. And if you can win that game by double digits, then you've done your job in the fourth.
Paul. Now pass taken away by the Thunder.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
Russell Westbrook, guarded by Nene. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
It's in the hands of James Harden. Easy path to the rim.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Westbrook with it. The lead is 11. A drive through the paint, but his shot misses. Harden in possession. He'll run the offense. Swings it to Paul. Great feed, sets it up. Won't go down. Defender's lucky he wasn't called. Now a steal as the Rockets have it.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
Close out.
Thunder with the basketball. Their drive by Westbrook, but his shot stays out.
That's superb defense. That's a defense getting there from the weak side early and making the player a short arm shot.
Oh, good defense there. Thunder with the steal. Westbrook, pass to the rim. off the assist.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Now the Rockets will use a timeout as they'll make sure they're all on the same page here in the fourth quarter. Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. Paul with it up top. The deficit now up to 12. Harden against the elite defender Robertson. Now pass taken away by the Thunder. And he's fouled. And he earns a trip to the line.
Ed, as a defender, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot foul in the act of upward motion into your shot. Your timing needs to be better.
Andre Robertson, couple of free throws on the way. He's perfect from the line so far. First free throw is good.
Like practice.
Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. To P.J. Tucker.
Hey, you got the screen right, screen right, screen right.
Harden. He engulfed him that time.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
Westbrook. Paul into the front court. Trailing by 14. Harden knocks it down. Defender has to get there next time.
I know the refs on the court all the time, but it doesn't mean they can see every play. Maybe defensively, grab his jersey, step on his toe, do something to kind of change up his pace.
Russell Westbrook, guarded by CP3. Gets to the basket and scores.
Why not? Russell Westbrook is the only guy stopping Russell Westbrook. And when he decides to put his head down and go to the rim, he's going to the rim. It's that easy.
And Chris Paul, quick catch and shoot there, 4-3.
It's easy to get lost in the chaos of the game down the stretch. But great awareness by the shooter to get those toes right behind the three-point line.
Now Paul with the basketball. His guys trail by 10. Ooh, Chris Paul. He struggled just a little bit, 2 for 5.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Westbrook to Paul George. How you practice leads to that. Nice pump fake.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
We get a whistle and a timeout for Houston, and that'll be their second and final one. Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. Fires the 3. Oh, he couldn't get it to go. Works it. Paul. Fires the 3, and CP3 knocks it down from 3.
The body language was so bad in the first half. After every missed shot, your head went down. Now, your head is to the sky, and I like the confidence.
To George. A pass taken away by the Rockets. To Harden. Has a chance. Harden shot, no good. Paul George. And a throwdown.
Oh, man, did you see that swiftness? He dunked that thing like a tennis ball.
It looked like that in his hands.
You're on the island now.
Paul. Well defended. Knocked loose. George here against Harden. Good victory here for the Thunder as they get a good win on the road. That'll wrap things up. For Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.